Yesterday was the birthday of my YouTube channel, and every year around this time, it calls me to sit in front of the camera and start sharing my mind. I watched a video of mine that I created 5 years ago. That was my first video on my YouTube channel. And as I watched her, I saw a girl, 21-year-old, with a burning desire to inspire people, with a burning desire to share her journey of living life, going through obstacles, and sharing everything that she learns on the way with hope that it might inspire someone. If she can just reach one person and make their day better or life, she knew she won. For the past 3.5 years, I've been trying to come back to filming YouTube videos and kinda bring this passion of mine into life again. But after I went through a breakup, I was in a relationship for 7 years, and after I went through a breakup, it was really hard. It was really hard to come back to creating. Because I was always creating from a state of hoping that sharing my life will inspire someone. But at that time, I just felt so devastated that I felt like I just couldn't sit in front of the camera and talk with this passion that I had. I was really broken and devastated. I never forgot YouTube though. It was always in the back of my mind, and I was always trying to get back on track, but the problem was that after I went through a breakup, I started having too high expectations of myself. I was putting a lot of pressure on myself, and I kind of got into this thinking that I have to make it now. I have to make things look good. I have to make things look spectacular and be in this and kind of way. And it was actually in order to mask the pain that I was in. I think all I needed to do was simply either step back without the pressure that I need to do something and properly heal and be gentle with myself. Or if I wanted to continue filming videos on a consistent basis, I probably should have taken much more pressure out of myself. I shouldn't put so much pressure on myself, and I needed to keep things really simple. But I have this pattern of mine that I always try to play big and strong, because I don't really want people to see me as soft and fragile and gentle, which is what I am. And now I would love to take a different approach. This year, I was thinking a bit about all of these things and how I put so much pressure on myself to do everything in such a compressed little period of time. For example, past year, I thought that by summer, so in 6 months, I would come back to consistent posting on Instagram, come back to consistent posting on YouTube. I would create a product, and that I would reopen my business, and that all of that would function in the period of 6 months. It was an impossible standard. It was an impossible goal to reach. And I've learned that because I couldn't manage to put videos out consistently. I know that last year in this time when it was birthday of my YouTube channel, I also created a video like that, and I really wanted to come to filming videos, but I put a lot of expectations on myself. This year, I named this year the year of the creative process. The intention behind it is really simple. It is just to come back to filming videos again and putting out content, whether on Instagram, whether on YouTube, but it is to come back to the feeling that I had when I first started out. This little 21-year-old who had no idea what is waiting for her, but she followed her heart and she went into this passion of hers with all she got. Now, the only thing that I want is to have this spark back. To wake up excited, to share my message and my life with you, to potentially help inspire you, reach your fullest potential. Because that's something that I always loved doing, and it was something that was coming really naturally to me. I have a neighbor, and when we were in high school, there was one period when we were going to school together. 2 months ago, we met, and she always had problems with weight. And we were talking about this, and there was one period in her life when she was able to lose weight and eat healthier. And I asked her, like, what was different then when you actually were able to succeed and reach your goal versus now when you can't? And she said, I had you. Every single morning when we were going to school for 15 minutes, you empowered me. You were inspiring me, and that's why I was able to do it. And then my other friend of mine that I met yesterday, she just turned home from being in the USA for 1 year. She told me that when she first found me on Instagram, that to her I was so inspiring, and she was like, I want to do the things that she's doing. And when I read your comments, so many of you are sending me messages and writing these comments about how I made your day, or how I inspired you, or I made you cry, or that I just am pushing you to do better. And the even crazier thing is that one of you wrote me that when you watched my video of the Azers, I inspired you so much that you packed your things, your backpack, and you went on an adventure. And to me, it's crazy that just by sitting here in front of the camera and sharing myself, my words, my energy with you, I can inspire you and potentially help you to change your life for better, to do better, to have a life that you enjoy living. It's always been my passion. It's always been my passion to help people reach their full potential. And that doesn't mean that reaching your full potential doesn't need to look in a way of hustling and always striving to achieve this version of yourself from the future that you're hoping to get to in order to make you feel fulfilled. It's sometimes looks like realizing that you are enough just like you are in this moment, that you are complete. Sometimes it looks like accepting yourself. Sometimes it looks like resting. Whatever it is for you in this moment, whatever it is that you need to hear to make you feel like yourself, like you're aligned with who you are. That's kind of my purpose. So I just wanted to clarify these things up. I felt an urge to film this video and to hopefully come back to my spark, my passion, share myself with you, and thank you for being here still after 5 years, after all this time. Thank you for sticking with me, and I'm hopefully gonna see you in the next video. Goodbye and thank you.